Quioccasin and Tuckahoe Middle Schools sit only 1.5 miles from each other in Henrico's West End. But a redistricting proposal being considered by the Henrico County School Board has a number of families upset about their kids potentially having to go to a middle school they did not anticipate when they purchased their home.
Just doesn't make any sense.
Hannah Kenyon and Molly Ratliff have kids at Tuckahoe Middle and Maybeury Elementary schools, and they anticipated their younger children going to Tuckahoe Middle.
It is our community already. Quioccasin it's not our community today.
Yet the school board is considering moving the entire Maybeury Elementary community to feed into Quioccasin Middle, which is getting a brand new school in 2027. Also impacted the entire Skipwith Elementary community, which would switch from Quioccasin to Tuckahoe Middle, and portions of Davis, Colonial Trail, and Carver Elementary schools. School Board Chair Marcy Shea says when you look at a map, the potential changes just make sense and would improve school feeder patterns.
The main driver for this consideration was feeder patterns and community continuity, looking at the fact that Quioccasin breaks between 3 high schools. And then also Tucker High School, which has feeders coming from both of these middle schools. Tucker comes from 5 middle schools without a majority coming from anywhere. And so that's also part of what's being looked at here in the broader sense of feeder pattern.
But Kenyon argues that's not a strong enough reason to rezone families to a different middle school.
My children don't do transition particularly well as a result of their ADHD and some other challenges. And so the ability for the guidance teams to work together to transition children like mine, and really all kids, but particular focus on kids with 504s and IEPs, and ESL children, like children who need a lot of support, I'm very concerned that their transition will be unsuccessful.
A group of families, including Kenyon and Ratliff, have started a petition that now has over 1,000 signatures to try to stop the proposal.
The feedback has been overwhelmingly negative.
What can you say to these families that are so upset?
Well, we're listening. We're listening to communities that are able to turn out loud and with lots of petitions, but we also are listening to communities that aren't able to turn out with that volume, but their opinions and their thoughts and their feelings still matter. And so for all the proposals still left on the table, we have communities on both sides that oppose and communities that support.
Everything is in draft form right now, and the board could opt to drop this particular portion of the proposal, something these moms say they will continue to fight for.
Appreciate that there's some perception that the Maybeury community is concerned about ourselves. That's actually not the case. Most of us are in public schools because we are products of public schools ourselves, because we feel very strongly that the public school system benefits the entire community. And we look at this proposal and we see all negatives and no positives, and none have been provided to us by the school system.
At Thursday's school board meeting, the school board will evaluate these rezoning proposals with the new 2025-2026 student enrollment counts, something that these Maybeury families say they wish the school board would have had in hand before they started considering these rezoning proposals. In Henrico County, I'm Melissa Hippolyte for CBS 6.